I'm 27, and this is what I wish I knew earlier, in my earlier 20s, my earlier teens or 20s. I wrote down 10 things here, so I'll list them off for you. And hopefully one of these can ring a bell for you and get some benefit from it. This is what I wish, if I could go back and tell myself, if I could just spawn in a time machine and tell myself, my younger self, the 20-year-old Joshua, he's crying because he wants me to pet him. Can you just give me 5 minutes, give me 2 minutes? These are the 10 things. Alright, stop chasing girls is at the top of the list. Stop chasing girls. All those relationships you think are important are not important. Because at the end of the day, if she's not your wife, she's not going to be your wife or the mother of your children. It's really just fun at the end of the day when you're young, you know. And I was all about just being in a relationship, and if I wasn't in one, then I would look for the next one, and felt like it was a waste of my younger self to not be in a relationship. Like I should be with a woman or something. Like that's just total rubbish. Just go be by yourself and sort your shit out before you chasing other women. Sort your crap out. But yeah, anyway, number 1. Number 2, take training and sports seriously. So I have been playing rugby since I was 4 years old. I've been boxing I started boxing since I was about 15, 16, but I took it seriously when I was 17 and 18. I don't know if you can see that. That's my first ever pair of boxing gloves and first ever headgear. So that was from over a decade ago. So when I was about 16 years old. So I'm 27 now, so 11 years. And I didn't take it seriously, you know, like I loved it so much, but I still got on the piss drinking every weekend, and I didn't take it seriously whatsoever. And I loved it, you know, so that was my passion. And that sport and competing was just awesome. And I kind of fucked around at the same time, you know, like I partied and went on holidays and did all this kind of shit and ate whatever I want, ate takeaways. I didn't cook for myself. I didn't know how to cook. So I just ate takeaways for about 3 years while training. And I think I cooked about 4 or 5 times in that 3-year period. I didn't cook at all. So take training and sports seriously, you know. If you're going to do it, don't half-ass it, because you're going to get smoked by the people that don't half-ass it. 3, take risks. I always wanted to start a business, and I never did, because I was always told of how much money you need and all that kind of stuff. And not even just with starting a business, but just take risks. I was a pussy. I was scared of just looking dumb, looking stupid, you know, like failing in front of people. So I just wouldn't take any risks. So I would say take more risks and be a bit more brave. That's number 3. Number 4, remove the paycheck to paycheck trap. Self-explanatory. I don't need to go more into that. Stop living paycheck to paycheck. When I was about 18, when I got my first job around 17 years old, ever since about 17 all the way up to about 23 years old, I lived paycheck to paycheck for that entire period. Just lived paycheck to paycheck. I'd get one paycheck, boom, gone. Another one, boom, gone. Another one, boom, gone. And I would actually make sure to spend it within that weekend. I felt like it was a duty, like I had to, how much do I have? I get paid when? Okay, so I've got this many days to spend this much. That's how I looked at it. Fucking stupid, sorry for my language, but fuck, that was dumb. Remove the paycheck to paycheck thing as soon as you can. Learn how to cook. And I got dash mama's boy. So I don't know how to cook. My mum cooked for me all my life. I don't know how to cook to save my life. I still don't know how to cook. So I haven't even accomplished this yet. I know how to cook, kind of. But learn how to cook, because it's just going to save you money, and it's actually enjoyable, you know, when you get to make, you know how to make something that you enjoy. You see something online and then you learn how to make it, and you make it a couple times, and then you know how to make that thing now. So it's like in your arsenal kit of like, when I'm hungry, I know how to make this, and it's less effort when you know how to make something. So learn how to cook, and you're just going to save a ton of money by eating out. Number 6, prioritize mates over dates. That kind of goes with number 1, don't chase girls. But yeah, prioritize mates over dates. So I would always, it would obviously like bros before, whatever, but prioritize mates over dates. Like heaps of cool chicks in my life came and have gone because we ended up dating when it just didn't work out or whatever, when we actually could have been mean mates. And the same goes for like bros, like if you've got a bunch of your mates are going out and doing something, go with the bros and go do that thing instead of going and fucking around with a chick, because you can go and fuck around with a chick whenever you want, but that trip with the bros might not be there. You might all have a sick time. So prioritize doing shit with the bros, with your mates. If you're a girl, with your girl mates or whatever, vice versa. Most likely not a girl if you're watching this, you're one of the boys. So prioritize mates over dates. Where am I? Don't try to impress anyone. Number 7, stop trying to impress people. I was always trying to impress people, trying to look cool, be cool, all that kind of shit. Stop trying to impress anyone. Your car, girls, all that kind of shit. Like acting out, just stop all that shit. Put the ego to the side. Stop trying to impress anyone. Like the amount of trouble I got trying to be cool and stuff, and just, it's just stupid. Like I bought stupid cars that I look cool and cost me money. Just doesn't make, why did I do that? To look cool. That's the only reason why I bought a cool car, was to look cool. And then when you say that out loud, you're like, fuck, I'm a bit of a fuckwit. So get the shitbox car, don't worry about it if you're in your 20s. Stop trying to look cool and impress everyone and buy fancy clothes and wear jewelry. Man, I used to wear so much jewelry, like chains. I would wear 3 chains at once, like different chains and shit like that, and a watch. And I'm not going anything against watch. I think you should wear jewelry and look good, feel good, like that's nice. But don't go and buy like a $8,000 watch when you've got $2,000 in your bank, and you go and tick the rest because you really want a nice, just don't do stupid shit like that, and get a car you can afford. Take it easy drinking and partying. That's number 8. Take it easy drinking and partying. Don't feel like I'm telling you, the viewer, what to do. This is me telling my younger self, just to clarify that. I'm not like, hey, do this, do that, because I'm definitely not perfect and by any means. So don't think I'm giving you a lesson. I'm just saying what I wish I could tell my younger self. If my younger self was on YouTube scrolling, boom, clicked on this video, this is the message. Take it easy drinking and partying. Take it easy. So I'll show you a quick thing here. If you can see, there's a cut here that goes in my palm of my hand, and then it goes like this, and then it goes all the way down here, and then it goes all the way down here. So that cut goes from there to there. That was on a night out. One night out, I came back to my place after drinking, and I was locked out of the house, and you can go through the back door if you push it hard enough. So I was pushing it, and it's a glass pane, old house, and I've gone through the door many, many times. Same scenario, same procedure. You get locked out, go through the back door. This time there was a bunch of washing blocking the door, and I couldn't open the door all the way. So I pushed it, boom, shoulder broke the glass of the door. I fell through, elbow first, and I got cut in reverse like that, all the way up there. Nearly died. Long story short, just be careful on your nights out, because that was the final thing that kind of stopped me going out and partying and doing all of that kind of stuff. But it took something like that for me to stop drinking and partying and going hectic all the time. It took an accident like that. Otherwise, I would have just kept on going. And there was many prior times close to that where I would have really close calls where I was just getting wasted and, just stupid stuff with the boys. You can get a bit carried away with the boys. And I don't know why I mentioned the boys. This is all me, just me being a lunatic, but just getting into trouble, getting into all that kind of stuff. You know how it is. And partying, drinking, all that kind of stuff. And you just kind of every now and then you go, man, that was a close one. Like, man, that was a close one. And then you kind of just brush it off, and then you get on the piss again. And then every now and then something hectic will happen. You just be like, far out, and then it'll really sink in. You know, you just sometimes hectic stuff needs to happen for you to be like, whoa, I'm just going to take it easy on the drinking and partying and all that kind of stuff, and just take it a bit easy. So that is number 8. Take it easy drinking and partying. Suffer for reward, don't reward then suffer. So pretty much suffer for the reward. Like if you want something, if you want a PlayStation, work hard and save your money for 2 weeks, and don't buy shit. Be broke ass for 2 weeks, and then go buy the PlayStation. So suffer for the reward. Don't reward yourself and then suffer. So don't go buy it on like a credit card, the PlayStation, reward yourself, and then suffer the payments of it later. That's just the most stupidest thing. The whole buy now, pay later thing is just a big trap that I kind of fell into as just before COVID time came around. It was kind of getting pushed. Afterpay came out. I think lay-by was another one. Afterpay and lay-by were the ones that came out. And then it was just really big, and it was just like, oh, you can do that? Let's do it, but without any thinking about it, just because everyone else does it. So don't reward yourself and then suffer, because that sucks. It's so much better to suffer and for 2 weeks, because you've already don't have a place. This is just an example, because obviously I'm using this example because this is what I wanted back then. I think it was like a PlayStation 4, or PlayStation 4, 5, I can't remember. Anyway, I wanted a PlayStation, and I ended up buying it on Afterpay or something like that, and then I paid it off. But it was just stupid. It's just so much better just to reward myself after. Anyway, number 10 is, it is easier to maintain than repair what has been broken. So what you don't use, you lose. So it's easier to maintain than to repair what has been broken. And that is referring to not the body, because my body's pretty healthy. I've always been quite fit and stuff like that. I'm not the biggest, muscliest dude, but I'm quite athletic in terms of like running and all that kind of stuff. But this is actually referring to your mind and your brain and your creativity and your intuition and your imagination and everything like that. If you settle to conformity too much, you're not going to use your own, you're not going to think for yourself. You're not going to, what did I even say? It's easier to maintain than repair what has been broken. Yeah, so like, for example, you could just kind of let that slide, and next thing you know, you're an adult who's just like a grown up baby. And that's the worst thing you can be, as a grown up adult, but still a baby, So whatever you don't use, you lose. And it's easier to maintain than repair what has been broken. So once it's too late, it's too late. So you can just not use your brain, not think for yourself, be told what to do, and then before you know it, you're an adult who just can't think for himself and can't do anything. So when I was young, I was always thinking of like what I'm going to do, how I could like I've always wanted to of course I fucked the video up right at the end. I'm not cutting it, I'm not editing it. Of course I fuck it right at the end. The retention will drop by this point anyway. It's easy to maintain than repair what's been broken. So pretty much just keep thinking for yourself and use your own imagination, your own mind, like stop getting told what to do, because it's just, once you get told what to do for so long, you're just like, oh, it's fucked, your brain's fucked, you don't know what to do anymore, so you can't think for yourself. And that's going to get worse as time goes on with AI, but it's much easier to maintain and like keep at something if you're wanting to actually get somewhere in life, whereas if you just wait until it's broken and you try and repair it, it's just going to be so much more harder than, whereas if you just try and maintain it and you just keep working at it, it's a lot easier. And if you don't use it, you lose it. That's the simple law of use. If you tie your arm to your body, your arm will fall off. Same goes for your brain and your mind and different subjects in your brain, like creativity, all those different subjects in your brain. If you don't use those, you'll lose them. And if you don't maintain them, then they're gone. And it's so much harder to get them back than... I should have wrote some notes about that. That one's a bit of a deep one to go into. But yeah, there's 10 things that I wish I could tell myself. If you've made it this far, you're a legend. You obviously have a lot of patience. But yeah, peace out. If that helped, hopefully one of those things, one of those 10 things, you probably already know this shit, already know it, but just having it reminded to you and told by somebody else that's similar to yourself, young, male, whatever, hopefully that helps. Peace.